Chad, Rashard Mendenhall has certainly stirred up the discussion with his post on X.
His X post.
His X post, yes. Former Steelers running back, Rashard Mendenhall posted, "I'm sick of average white guys commenting on football. Y'all not even good at football. Can we please replace the Pro Bowl with an all-black versus all-white bowl so these guys can stop trying to teach me who's good at football? I'm better than your GOAT." That from Rashard Mendenhall earlier this morning.
Let's, if we can, guys, let's leave that post on X up on the screen a little bit.
Break this down a
Because I
little.
kind of want to dissect this thing piece by piece. First off, congrats, Rashard. This, my friend, is a take. This is a hot take. I do love the attempt being made here, and it is very spicy, and I love it for that reason. I'm sick of average white guys commenting on football. Average people at something comment on things all the time. I need to know who specifically he's calling out here, because this is what Hutton Weed called back in the day a sub-tweet, but now that Twitter doesn't exist, I guess it's a sub-post.
Yes.
He's clearly sub-posting someone because they said something about, I'm guessing, a black player in the NFL. He took offense to it, and he's talking about now, I'm sick of average white guys commenting on football.
I'm trying to tie this in.
Yeah.
Is this about Peter King and what he said about Mike Tomlin? Mendenhall played for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
And Tomlin's record speaks for itself, which we open the show with.
I don't.
Can he pick it? Why?
It could be. It could be. I think, though, he's talking about a guy who played in the league.
Okay.
That's an average player to below, probably. I'm sick of average white guys. Average white guys, average white players, or just average white guys?
I think the Pro Bowl would be the players.
What is the Nate Bargatze stand-up, the world's greatest average American? I think it was named one of his stand-ups. So it's just any average white guy can't comment?
Here's also why you said you love this is really the take, authentic. It's also true. I mean, Pro Bowl would be a massacre worse than 70-20 that we saw Miami put on.
I think
earlier this year.
To Rashard's hypothetical scenario here, I'm pretty sure the all-white team would have a hard time covering some guys on the perimeter. With corner play. I mean, I don't think that would be advantageous at all.
Does Jason Sehorn get to come back and put pads on?
I don't think Jason Sehorn's ain't walking through that door anytime soon, Hutton. So the white cornerback play in the league could be an issue for that team. So, yeah, he's not wrong. Y'all not even good at football, going piece by piece. Can we please replace the Pro Bowl with an all-black versus all-white bowl? Because that's exactly what this country needs right now. Let's just divide the races even more. All-black, all-white, that's what America wants to see in the Pro Bowl. Rashard Mendenhall, not a unifying force, a dividing force is what I'm seeing here.
A draft of this would be amazing.
So these cats can stop trying to teach me who's good at football. I'm better than your GOAT. Now, I really need to get to the bottom of this last part of it. Who is he? He's better than the GOAT white running back, which right now is Christian McCaffrey, which I hate to break it to you, Rashard. You were never better than Christian McCaffrey on his worst day. Are we going back to like John Riggins? Who are you saying? Larry Zonka, like the GOAT white running back of all time? Or are you talking about Tom Brady? The GOAT, Mike Allstott? I mean, go down the list. I don't know who exactly he's talking about with the GOAT comment there.
Same.
Look, I love a good hot take, and this is the hottest of takes right here from Rashard Mendenhall. Hutton, you brought up, you said something about a draft.
Yes.
If we could draft, I would love to do something like that to see what these teams would look like. Now, he's not wrong that if you divided it up by race, if I'm betting and putting all my money on a team,
no one's keeping up with Tyreek Hill.
I'm taking the black team because the white team has no defensive backs. So that's going to be an advantage for the all black team in this scenario. But imagine flipping that around. If someone said that, if J.J. Watt posted, I'm tired of average black players saying this. Let's divide them up and go all white versus all black.
It would be a kicking competition.
Yeah, the guy would be banned from X. He'd probably go to some, social media outpost that I don't even know that exists.
I don't think Elon Musk is banning anyone, though. That's the good thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, YouTube would definitely ban him if he said it there. Maybe not Elon.
Probably
Who
not.
knows? Yeah. Self-sabotage could be from CBS or whoever reported it.
Correct.
It's a hot take. Look, I'm not going to get too mad over a hot take. This is the hottest of takes from Rashard Mendenhall.
More likely to happen, this Pro Bowl or Clay's high school team taking on the WNBA team?
Say that one more time. Sorry, I was reading.
More likely this Pro Bowl matchup or Clay's high school team taking on the WNBA team.
I would watch either. I'd pay good money to watch either.
$34.95, which is what the IRS charged Clay.
I'd say that the desire for money in this would win out, and that Clay's has a better chance of actually happening. I don't think the league is going to go for this. The league, who by the way just went to a flag football game,
right? This will be a flag game
for their Pro Bowl, is now going to say, Rashard's onto something. I think the ratings dipped a little bit this last year, so we're going to up the ratings for it and go all black versus all white in our Pro Bowl. I don't see the league making that decision.
I'm better than your GOAT.
That's the one I don't understand. Is he talking about analyst? I'm better than the average white guy analyst?
I guess so.
Or I'm better than
because it goes back to white guys commenting on football.
Yeah, are you better than Tom Brady? Were you more important than Tom Brady as a player? I'm confused by what his argument is there at the end. We need to try to get Rashard Mendenhall on this show. That's what I'd love to do. I'd love to draft against Rashard Mendenhall. He drafts, we draft, and we see what the rosters look like in the end. I'm going to raise my hand and say I'm probably going to take Rashard Mendenhall's roster.
What's the spread
at the end of that
What's the
draft?
Spread in Vegas?
But I'd like to do it either way.
Minus what?
Oh, minus 11.
Oh, minus 11 points. That's it.
You think it'd be higher than that?
Oh yeah.
Without defensive backs?
Yes.
Yeah, probably so. What's the biggest line in the NFL this year? 14?
Not even defensive backs.
15?
No, the largest spread when it closed was Miami and Tennessee on Monday night.
It was 14 and a half, I think, or 15.
No, it was 13 and a half, I think. So they covered it.
It's probably going to be a little bit more than that. Maybe minus 17. Rashard's team versus the all-white team minus 17.
I think it's much more than that, Chad. I really do.
Wow.
Yes.
I know the highest spread covered by a team this year, 17.5, and that's the Giants versus the Cowboys. But the game you were referencing was the biggest win. Against
the underdog.
Spread.
Yeah,
was the biggest underdog win.
We would be. Yeah, I'm saying our team here, if we drafted this with Mendenhall, this would set records. If we covered. If our team covered the spread, that would be a headline.
Let's get Rashard Mendenhall on the show, because I just really want to ask him to clarify that last part. I'm better than your GOAT. Who is the GOAT you're referencing? You think you'd have a good answer to that? Or he's just thinking, I just got a little carried away?
This is geared more about the average guy commenting. So I think he's closing with the same mindset. So I'm assuming that is he talking about Schefter? I mean, who's he talking about?
That's what I don't understand. Like, there's differences
between... That's why I think this could be the Peter King report.
But yeah, like if you're better than the GOAT of guys who didn't play football that cover the NFL, yeah, okay. Absolutely you are. You played 11 years in the NFL. Or
I'm going to look up his account
real quick. Are you better than the best white former player that's an analyst? Peyton and Eli Manning? No. Matt Ryan? No. J.J. Watt? No. You talking about Adam Archuleta? Okay. Maybe.
No, I'm not. Maybe he's right. No, none of those guys are sending this. None of these guys are posting this.
I
see what I'm saying?
I think the Manning cast should fire back and say, let's draft. Let's make this up. Because they're the coaches, right? A year ago, they coached each Pro Bowl team.
You're right. You're right. It would be McAfee now.
I don't think the Disney Corporation wants any part of that, quite frankly. But
I think it would be McAfee now.
Is McAfee the GOAT? Oh, is he saying he's better than McAfee?
I don't know. I'm saying that could be the coach.
Davey, have we reached out to Rashard Mendenhall as a show?
Before this, or no, not yet. We will, though.
We're gonna.
Chad put this request in. This is the verbal request.
This is my verbal request.
It is in writing as well. Prior to the show,
let's reach out to him so at least we can come on this show and say that we reached out and have not heard back. If he doesn't respond,
I mean, I think he may come on. Do the draft. He should do the draft now.
I think he
should bring it up.
I think we ask him and say, look, two average white guys here, just reaching out. Friend to friend, man to man, American to American. Please hop on our show. Yep. We acknowledge that you are better than our GOAT if our GOAT is one of us because you're better at football than us. We'd love to ask you about the last part of your post saying that you're better than your GOAT.
And just looking at his account, it is, I believe, about Tomlin in this report. 6:11 this morning. I don't understand how you can talk about Tomlin's playoff record without acknowledging that Kenny Pickett has only played 1 year. Who was the quarterback for all those playoff losses? Literally, literally all the losses. Make up your minds how you arbitrarily separate Mike and Ben in the win-loss column.
So maybe he's talking about Roethlisberger,
the GOAT of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, saying that he's the fans' GOAT in their mind.
Again,
maybe it's a shot at his former teammate. And also, by the way, Peter King did not mention his playoff record at all in his column.
Right.
He just mentioned that the seat is getting toastier.
But that if you're trying to make the argument, that's the one being thrown out. Is when's the last time they won a playoff game? The first response to Mendenhall's tweet, this first one, the post, comes from an account titled "Obviously Tomlin," and the response is, "I don't understand how you fumbled in Super Bowl 45."
It could be Terry Bradshaw. Bradshaw went on record earlier talking about they need to make some big adjustments this offseason.
But he also said that he backs Pickett, right?
Bradshaw
did,
yes.
Which means he's not taking the side of it's not coaching, it's the player.
Well,
he's saying it's the
we
player,
need to go
not
to
the
the
coach.
source and ask Rashard.
If Aaron Rodgers were associated with this organization, he would have put a stop to this. This would be done.
He would be
calling
on
out Bradshaw.
McAfee ASAP, calling this type of activity out.
Our former players need to shut up.
Yeah,
they would
shut the hell up.
Issue apologies now.
Right. I will have your X account deleted.
How dare you talk about Zach Wilson?
If you don't shut up. And all this race baiting. We're going to stop it right now. And the leaks. We're going to cut all that out too. Allie in the YouTube chat says, it's a dumb tweet, no doubt. But it'd be kind of bizarre if there were thousands of black people with legitimate platforms who were constantly playing armchair GM to NASCAR or something like that. 44% of the NFL is white. This is not like a NASCAR percentage of in the sport. So it's pretty close to 50-50
of
the league is black and white.
What's the percentage of wide receiver, corner?
I don't think it's crazy that white people would have an opinion on white people with a platform can also have an opinion on the NFL.
We have, let's see, T.J. Watt on defense and an offensive line. And
we dominate tight end.
Tight end.
Tight end. Quarterback would be solid. I mean,
but
go down the list.
That's 50-50, though. Like
Christian McCaffrey.
Yes.
If you're mixed, where do you fall in line?
Oh, is there an...
What was Christian McCaffrey in Carolina?
The best response was Christian McCaffrey.
Hurt.
Yes.
And
who's the backup?
Yeah.
Is Danny Woodhead still in the league? If you're going to your the guy, first off, not any running backs playing every snap, but if your second option is me asking, is Danny Woodhead still in the league? You're probably at a deficiency at that position also.
Can we move Braxton Berrios?
The pressure on McCaffrey to just ball out in this game is amazing.
Christian, you're going to need to do everything in this one.
He's trending more than he ever has before, and it's not because Brock Purdy said he should be the MVP. It's because, he's our running back.
Yeah. Cooper Kupp, we're going to need you big time in this game.
Davies.
Cooper Kupp, a lot tight end heavy.
Let's see.
Offensive line would be fine.
Be okay, yeah.
Edge rusher would be good. I think you could find
Max Crosby, T.J. Watt.
Defensive interior guys. Okay,
sure.
It's
our top tackle would be blocking Myles Garrett. I don't feel great about that.
It's linebacker to back end of the defense that becomes a real issue.
Can I have Harrison Smith from 4 years ago?
You're going to need Harrison Smith from 4 years ago. You're
Keep in mind,
you're going to need John Lynch to come down from the owner's box to the field to play safety.
I'm here to say right now, right in the league right now, NFL offenses are not scoring a lot of points. You separate it like this. This is a massacre. You would see defenses are already winning the battle for some reason, and the rules are stacked against them. Corners it's the toughest position to play right now. They're already having success against passing offenses.
You would have to.
We don't even have a corner.
You'd have to get real creative to find out how this all-white team is going to defend Tyreek Hill. Some bracket coverage, but who's going to be in coverage?
Chad, the Caucasian defensive back on this roster.
Do you just play such a cushion that you're giving up 8-9 yards a pop and just seeing if they can 8-9 yard it down the field the entire time and come up and make the tackle in hopes that they turn it over before they get in the end zone?
We'll just have to
Is that the game plan?
That Ryan Gosling's our corner and we just have to make up for it however we can.
Yeah.
Like Coach Boone did and Remember the Titans.
Ryan Gosling's character. I'm good for such and such team, but I can't play against these guys. I can't run with them.
What we do bring is Taylor Swift to the game.
Yes, we do.
Kelsey will be playing. Both of them, for that matter.
Does that swing the line from -17 to -15? Taylor Swift's presence?
No. Again, I think you're going way below what it should be. I think it's more like minus 29.5.
I mean, look, everything but secondary and I think linebacker it would be okay.
And that's why it's minus 29.5.
Yeah, the problem, and that's where it gets tough.
Well, the other thing we haven't thought about, if it turns into a kicking battle, the Whites would have the advantage there.
Well, yes, but
it's not going to turn into a kicking battle.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you, with no secondary, it's not going to turn into a kicking battle.
This is like
that's the issue.
The punt god Matariza going to Buffalo for a team that doesn't punt.
Yeah,
literally, what they had like 2 or 3 games the previous season where they punted 1 or 2 times.
I think it also kind of puts the white team at an even bigger disadvantage that knowing the black team would just go for 2 every time. Right?
Yes.
Like that's going to up the points quicker. Because you're going to be more compelled to,
hang on.
to kick the extra point.
Who's the safety, the defensive back in
Houston?
Well,
there's the Houston player that kicked, yeah.
There you go. We're screwed.
Made a field goal.
Yeah, a long one.
Yeah.
There you go. It's bad.
Black team 1, white team 0 is what we're saying.
Yes.
Rashard Mendenhall, hot take.
We have the draft.
We appreciate it.
And Dave Chappelle gets to announce the picks at the podium. He's commissioner.
And Bill Burr, who was a great part of that sketch.